The foundations of that tower seemed unbeatable. Its stony body emerged from earth, hiding offices and escalators under its plastered skin, illuminated with self-light. The night stopped darkening when the colossal work fractured its mystery. Looking up, one would never see an end, and would scratch the air if the elevators were broken. From the top floor, Lefar overheard with amusement the confused noise of the just-born languages. Through the windows fell flocks of papers written with primitive signs that historians classified for the futile purpose of recounting the past, while the tower transcends the future with a different age on each floor, covered with petroglyphs and cave figures. The Ziggurat's inauguration was celebrated in the streets the day before, and Lefar watched from above because it would have taken him months to descend. Such was the height of the tower. This reflection, repeated like a silent musical scale in the countless upper floors, where thousands of exhausted men had just finished the work. Due to delays bringing up water, the cement had to be moistened with their own sweat. The proconsul presided over the inauguration. Ancient trumpets sounded. Chloe, at the foot of the tower, drew the curtain. Proconsul, I will tell you, inhabitants of Babel, the only words that really matter. Shut up! Chloe, shh! She applauds alone, because the barbarians surrounding the tower don't understand modern languages. Today is an endless day. It will last thousands of years. Chloe, I had a vision. Proconsul, what bullshit. Chloe, a beggar will stumble upon the tower and won't see it falling like a house of cards because he will be a blind man. Proconsul, stone her to death. Someone from the audience, there are no stones left. All of them were used in the tower. Proconsul, Canaanite, enters from backstage, which actually is the front gate of the tower, singing a Gregorian chant. He's the last Canaanite that was chained when Nimrod crowned himself and decreed the building of the tower. Canaanite, singing, Gadar, Avdr, Avdra. Proconsul, the one speaking from the audience is a lawyer. Talk to him about ecology and new urban concepts. Canaanite, Afr. Hours later, Lefar would hear that short dialogue, delayed as everything else in that grandiose building. At that moment the lunch, meant for the previous day and prepared months ago, finally arrived. There is always a snag. The bureaucracy will never understand the greatness of this project, much less the effort of starving and bearded men who have not eaten on time through the centuries-long construction. But today it looks like a fleeting event, considering the adventure they will begin when massively descending to the street. The last generations were born inside the tower and refused to vacate because the edifice was home for them and their ancestors while building the Ziggurat. The laborers stated their wish to stay in a document where months later the proconsul would read an ancient message as weird as the toilers who, in that precise moment, emerged brutally besieged by a modern army whose very presence made the workers desist in their demands, despite a new plea from their lawyer. He modulated his trembling voice with strident gestures, overplaying his merely ceremonial duty. The spectators smiled when the proconsul ordered spellcasting to morph the attorney into a sphinx, a curious decoration for a facade. When they reached the street, millions of workers joined the festivities thrown for them. The public asked about the construction, marveling at every dusty and outdated response. An expert philologist uttered some obsolete words. The workers, familiar with the lingo, applauded his generous platitude, causing a massive echo in the audience. Chloe, moved, cried streams of multicolored tears over the attendants that laughed without feeling their own laughter, but the proconsul's laughter, when he finished reading the demand, which was already forgotten by most workers, who carelessly stepped on copies of the document splattered with the blood of those who opposed the weapons. Lefar was the last to climb down. When he set foot on earth for the first time, another sun seemed to shine in his eyes. He took a few baffling steps and joined the new crowd.